He's so difficult. We gotta stand up. Hello. Nobody's on yet. As soon as our first viewer get on, then we'll start. Come on in, guys. Happy Thursday, Friday Eve. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, there go our first viewer. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. However you want to do it. Hey, TJ. Hey, everybody that's coming on. Hey, CEO. Everybody that's coming on, just make sure you like and share, please. Today I have with me the founder of DP Sports, and also a new kids apparel line that's coming soon. We'll talk a little bit about that. Mr. Andrew Thomas. How you today? How you doing?
I'm good.
You great?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good. So, of course, if this is your first time watching Business Awareness Thursdays with Lush, I do this each and every Thursday, basically bringing awareness regarding to different businesses, organizations, things that's going on around the city. So it's brought to you by Lush Consulting Firm and, of course, Queen Fit Activewear. So we're going to go ahead and get started and talk with Mr. Thomas about what he has coming up. So, when did you initially find your love for sports?
I actually started when I was a kid. I started playing when I was young.
You started playing what sport?
Football. I started playing football at a young age. Once I settled down here in Mobile, started playing youth football over at Maitrey Park, which is now still the Maitrey Dolphins.
Okay.
They were the Dolphins when I first started there, so they're the Dolphins again right now.
And what was your highest level of you played at?
I played college ball at Alabama State University.
Okay. High school? What high school did you play at?
Williamson High School. D. Lily B. Williamson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what position did you play?
I played punt return, kickoff return, quarterback, wide receiver.
Okay. Was there any other sports or recreational things you did besides football?
Well, recreation-wise, I used to build model cars. I still do that to this day.
Okay.
I like to put models together. I fell in love with cars at a young age, so I started putting the plastic models together as a kid, and that gave me my love for cars. So it also helped me as I got older to learn how to work on cars, put cars together. I did bowling. I started bowling in high school on a bowling team. I did a lot of different things as a kid.
They had a bowling team at Williamson?
No, I used to bowl at Florida Bowl.
Okay.
They had a bowling alley on Florida Street.
Cool.
And I used to go over there with the older guys and bowl on a bowling team during the week. And I fell in love with that. I still try to bowl every now and then now when I can. So, anybody who think they can beat me in bowling, my bag and my shoes stay in the trunk. So.
So you're a professional. You have your own bag and your own shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those that's just tuning in, please make sure you like and share as we talk about some things that's going to take place in the city here in a few weeks. So what about skateboard? You skateboard?
Yeah, I did a little skateboarding. I got a couple scars still left on me to show from it. So skateboarding was a thing that I did. I love the Skechers and DC Stars and flying stars and stripes. I used to wear those type of clothes.
Well, I know that's not popular here. So where did you start? Like, where did you do that at?
That was when I stayed in Oklahoma. Stayed out in Oklahoma with my grandmother for some years. Went to little middle school, little elementary out there. And, skateboarding was big out there. So, now everybody getting in love with it again. But
I see.
We always did it as a kid, so it was always something cool to do out there.
Right.
So.
And we have a skateboard park here, right?
Yeah, they just put one here on Airport and at the Loop area.
Okay.
So they just put that up a couple years ago. So sometime I go out there and watch the kids skateboard. I just sit in my car and watch them skateboard. I can't do it anymore, so I just watch them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So any of you skateboarders, there is a park here. I know I see some people, not many of our culture, that get into skateboarding and things like that. So DP Sports, how did that come about?
I started that about 13 years ago. Coming up through high school, playing sports, a lot of people helped me along the way. A lot of people did things for me they didn't have to do.
Okay.
Once I got an opportunity to give back and start helping other kids, that's what I did. Phil Savage, who was the executive director of the Senior Bowl, he took me to my first camp in high school. Me and Tamars Martin, who I played high school football with, and it just went from there. So it just showed me then how big football was, and there were other tools for it, other than just practicing, working out, and playing in games. You know, I never knew they did football camps until Phil took me to my first camp.
So does DP Sports just focus on football or all sports?
It's all sports.
Okay.
Any sport that's out here that, you know, can help a kid, you know, use that sport to get to the next level as far as getting a free education, then that's what it's about, helping those kids.
Okay, so what are some of the things that DP Sports do or provide for athletes or what have you?
Mentorship, just being somebody that they can call if they need advice, they need questions, they don't know how to answer or take certain situations. It's there for that. Also to allow them to know the proper, you know, steps that it takes, you know, in doing this sport.
Right.
Some kids will not play at the next level, but they can use it even through high school just to, you know, keep themselves focused and stay out of trouble and get their grades at the same time. So I started DP Sports 13 years ago. DP stands for Developing and Preparation. So my objective was to develop kids in the sports, but also prepare them for life.
Exactly.
So, you know, that's why I came up with DP Sports.
Well, I see that you're actually have an event that's coming up coming up called The Recruit. Talk a little bit about what to expect or what a kid and a parent will get out of that.
Well, hopefully we get a lot of kids in there with their parents. And this event is to actually like just really give parents the real untold truth about the recruiting process.
Gotcha. The
real untold truth about it. Things that people probably never tell them. You know, I've seen the good in recruiting. I've seen the bad in recruiting. I know what really goes on behind closed doors.
Right.
I've seen this thing tear families apart. Wow. I've seen it change lives for families. Wow. So I just want to give people the untold truth about the recruiting process and also give them the reality of what they can expect out of it.
Okay, so where would this be located and is it free?
It's a free event. It's at Building 505. That's 505 Bayshore Avenue. Okay. I'm sure a lot of people have already been there to, you know, party or have some social events.
Right.
But it's a free event, and it's February 18th. Starts at 6 o'clock, ends at 7:30. We're not trying to keep everybody in there long. Just give them the information they need. It's a free event. Pretty much everything I do, I try to make it a free event.
Right.
You know, I got this information for free, and I wouldn't charge nobody to give it to them.
Right. So who can they expect, or who to be there to as far as talking with during this event? Is there like any coaches, anything like that?
Well, it'll be me there. I have a few people that's scheduled to come, but we will also have Ron Sigler. He's the head director for Rivals Ramp Camp Series.
Okay.
Rivals is one of the most important and most influential sports outlets when it comes to football. Most kids, if they go to a Rivals camp or have been to a Rivals camp, they know how big it is, how huge it is, and how important it could be to their recruiting process. So Ron will come in, he'll speak to the parents about academics, some of the camps they got coming up, and just some of the things that they can expect and what college recruiters look for, other than what information I have for them.
Right.
He got a lot of very important information as well.
And that is Monday, February the 18th at the 505 building, if you didn't catch that. So not only do DP Sports, you know, prepare and everything like that, you also have team apparel. Do you do team apparel?
Yeah. We do sports apparel. I manufacture sports apparel. Anything that you can think of considering sports when it comes to jerseys, backpacks, gloves, spats, anything that, you know, that deals with sports. You know, I manufacture those products.
What are some of the local teams you've actually worked with doing jerseys or any apparel?
Man, 8 Mile. 8 Mile has been very, very consistent. They're one of my, you know, best customers. 8 Mile is a program that, you know, really don't get a lot of credit. They are a well-ran organization. I really respect what they do over there, how they run their organization. They're very consistent. They know what they want. And I appreciate them doing business with me. Cottage Hill, another good organization that, you know, consistently every year puts out and make sure they invest for their kids to get some good quality uniforms. Trinity Garden, Kent does a great job over there with supplying Trinity Garden with some good uniforms. He's been consistent with me for years. I've done stuff for Aaron Park, Tremere. I've done uniforms for.
You've done a lot of parks.
Yeah, a lot of parks around here. So,
what about other cities, other states? Have you done in other cities and states as well?
Birmingham, Atlanta, Texas, Florida. It's really been a blessing. So, football uniforms in the youth league have become huge.
Okay.
So it's all about swag right now.
So what sets you apart?
I don't think it's so much as the actual doing of the uniforms. I think what people like is they're able to call me and actually get somebody they can talk to.
Right.
My customers don't have to email me. They can hit my phone at 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
I'm going to answer that phone call, and I'm going to answer every question that they want.
Customer service.
Yeah, at the same time, I get them what they want.
Gotcha.
They can pick any color stitching, whatever design they want, they can get it from me. So, I just feel like being able to have that one-on-one contact with me, I think that's what a lot of my customers like the most.
Customer service is everything, guys, and when you can put your hands on the person or have that direct contact, that plays a huge part. Speaking of apparel, you have a line that's coming out for kids. What's the name of that line?
Bratz. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Bratz.
All right, Bratz is something I've been working on for a while. We normally like to call our kids brats because they brats.
Right.
They normally don't appreciate what their parents are doing for them and appreciate some of the things that they have at home, accessible things, and
right.
They become brats.
They do.
So Bratz is a clothing brand that I've been working on for a while. I want it to be kid friendly. It's gonna be colorful. It's gonna be unique.
Right.
When you see a kid with it on, you're gonna know that that's a kid.
Right.
Sometimes today kids tend to look a little grown. They look a little older than what they should in some of their clothes.
Agreed.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. It's fashion, but I wanted to bring back that kid-friendly clothing brand. I wanted to bring back something that was kid-friendly. I wanted to bring back something that kids will look at and love, and when they see the colors in it, man, they want it, and they be excited about wearing it.
So you're doing something special with this line, though. You're catering to other needs that are often missed when you see other kids apparel in a kids line. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're going to have a special needs line.
Okay.
And the special needs line will consist of some of the same designs, but it'll be easier and more comfortable ways of taking that material off and putting it on.
Right.
We will have certain pieces where it detaches from the shoulders or it velcros at the shoulder. So like this shirt, I can only put my head through this.
Right.
My apparel will have detachments here and detachments here. We'll be able to open up the whole top to put on that kid. And it kind of inspired me with the special needs brand. It was, I saw a lady one day with a special needs kid trying to put some clothes on him, and I just thought to myself, like, man, she really having a hard time putting that kid's clothes on.
Right.
So I was like, what if somebody created something, that can make this easier for her to take it on and off, for that kid.
Right.
And even being a special needs kid, they want to be. They want to
wanna
look
be fly
nice.
too.
Yeah, they want to be fly too. So
That's right.
I just thought it'd be a good idea.
So you're looking for models, and you're having a model call soon. When would that be?
February 24th.
February 24th.
Yeah.
Where would it be?
We'll be at Urban Styles.
Okay.
It's downtown. It'll be from 2 to 5:30.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that 2 to 5:30. Urban Styles, and we're looking for kids that have great attitudes, great energy. We're looking for parents to be dedicated because these kids, they'll be asked a lot to do photo shoots, marketing videos, commercials. We might even have to travel sometime to different cities and states. So I need some parents that'll be dedicated to support their kids. The response has been enormous. It's been crazy. And I like that because everybody wants their kid to be, in the spotlight. We want those type of kids and parents. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. And I hope it be a great turnout.
It will, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be a great success. Any questions or anything like that you have regarding anything we have discussed or any of the events that's coming up, just post your comments below, and after this we'll answer. We're not ignoring you. Just after, we'll get to those comments and we'll answer any questions as necessary. So I'm gonna get a little political a little bit, And I want to basically ask, as an entrepreneur, do you feel it's certain responsibilities an entrepreneur should be held to in the community?
Well, of course. I mean, first of all, just listening to certain guys, there's been a lot of controversy lately about a lot of different things going on, and it's the reality of it is we do have to get the money back in our community.
Right.
We do have to start supporting each other.
Right.
I've never started wanted to be a part of anything. DP Sports was never started to make money. It was always to help my community, give back, help other little athletes and other kids see their dreams.
Right.
I came out of situations that most people would think, I shouldn't go to college. I shouldn't have graduated high school with the grade point average I graduated with. Just some of those things. So, being able to have DP Sports was a tool to help and help other kids get out of that situation. Brats, it's just, listening and over the years watching other people start their own brands for our kids.
Right.
I mean, it's for anybody who wants to buy it.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, I feel as an entrepreneur, you can't just take money out your community and don't put money back into it.
That's true.
So
that's very true. So what are some key things that keep you motivated as an entrepreneur?
The way I grew up. My mom had me at 14. She was a kid with a kid. I bounced around a lot as a kid. Went to multiple elementary schools, 2 different middle schools. Finally settled down in high school. So just growing up the way I did, knowing my mom couldn't give me some of the things she wanted to because, being forced to be a mother at an early age, that motivates me. And now that I have my own kids, I don't ever want them to have to experience some of the things I have to experience. So, just the way I grew up, the things that I had to see and experience, that motivates me every day.
Good words. I hope you guys are listening and tuning in. Any information you have questions about, just drop your comment. We'll answer them afterwards. Let them know how they can get in contact with you if they needed to contact you about the model call, team sports apparel, anything is the recruiting event, anything. Just let them know how they can contact you.
Well, Brats, you can contact me at bratsapparel@gmail.com. DP Sports, you can contact me at dpsportsgroup@gmail.com. My contact number is 251-436-9441. Brats Apparel IG page has been activated. I really haven't been putting it out because we just steady adding to it every day. But you can go to Brats Apparel on Instagram. Go ahead and start following that page. That'll keep you up with the latest designs, some of the newest stuff. I really think people are going to like Brats. The special thing about Brats is we have pieces that are actually designed by kids.
Right.
I actually let kids design some of the pieces.
Right.
And one of those pieces will be featured at the model call. It's a special little girl, man. She put together some nice designs, and those designs will be used. And I think when you let kids design clothes for kids, that kind of solidifies what they want to wear, and I think that makes it even better.
That's true. That's very
I don't know any other clothing lines that actually let
kids.
kids to design the clothes for the kids.
That's pretty cool. Also, Brats is spelled with a Z, so BRATZ.
True.
That's how you spell it.
True.
So, congrats on everything you're doing for the kids and for the community, of course, and also congrats on the soon-to-be launched line, Brats Apparel. Make sure y'all attend these events that we're making accessible to the community for free. So you don't get that often. A lot of things you usually are charged for, and I just say that it's important where you should actually take advantage of these things that we're actually doing. So what are some encouraging words you can give to an entrepreneur, a kid, or just anybody who's in their own way?
Well, when it comes to sports, I'm going to start with sports first. I'm going to start with DP Sports.
Okay.
The most encouraging thing I can give any kid is, first of all, just know yourself. Know what you're capable of doing. Know your talent level. Don't let anybody tell you, that things can't happen for you. But at the end of the day, just be realistic. Going to college is going to college. It don't matter how big the school is, how small the school is. It's all about how big or small you dream and how hard or not hard you work for those dreams. So when it comes to sports, man, just and use the sports as a tool. I'm a sports guy. I'm a football guy, and a lot of people don't know this. I really could care less about football, but I know what football can do for you. I know where it could take you, and it could take you places you might never would get if it weren't for you playing sports. So use that sport to get the things you want out of life. Use that sport to get the free education you want. Use that sport to, connect with people, build relationships, create resources. Just do those type of things. And that's what I would say when it comes to the football stuff and just sports, period. When it comes to, branding your own clothing line, man, I have my hand in a lot of stuff, but you have to be patient. You have to consistently work. You have to work even when you don't see things progressing. You have to continue to work. When things look like they're not moving or you kicking wheels in the mud, you got to continue to work.
That's right.
It's very hard being an entrepreneur because everything is on you. Anything that you make, that's yours. Everything that you lose, that's your loss. There's no paycheck, at the end of the week. If you don't make money, you don't earn it. Right. If your product's not selling, then nothing's coming in. So what I would tell any entrepreneur is just stay focused. Like I said, be smart with your finances. Make sure you're investing. Make sure you're doing the things you need to do. Pace yourself. Don't be in a rush to do certain things. Just take your time. And other than that, keep God first. Stay focused. Give good product, man. Be honest with your customers. Allow them to not run your business, but also at the same time be able to ask questions about what they're doing when they're spending money with you.
Right.
Don't be opposed to somebody asking you a question when they're spending money with you. So other than that,
that was good words. That was some good stuff. Let me ask you this before we go, because I see a lot of kids, and when they're taking that next step, just say going to college, they always talk about the NFL and going to the NFL. But there's so many other things around the sport that makes good money, and you still stuck to the sport. Talk about that a little bit. Like our kids, a lot of kids, that's their main focus, and if they don't make it to that point of the NFL, they like shut down when there's other things they can do around it and outside of it.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna just be real with you. For so many years, just in our community, period, that's just been a milestone for a lot of athletes. Everybody wants to play whatever sport they're playing at the highest level of it.
Right.
So it's only natural that any kid that's playing football, from youth football all the way up, they want to play it at the highest level. Right. And the NFL is the highest level.
Right.
So I wouldn't tell any kid not to reach for that goal,
right,
but just understand how hard it is, the odds of it.
So what's the ratio? Give me a ratio number.
Less than 1%. Less than 7% of high school kids are going to go to college. All right? Less than 1% of those college players are going to go to the NFL. For instance, there's over 26,500 college football players. Only 350 get invited to the combine. So you go from almost 27,000 college football players, and it shrinks all the way down to only 350 of those guys getting invited to the actual combine. Even out of that, probably only 200 and some of those guys will even get drafted. So,
and the only reason I posed that question, I wanted to bring that up, because our kids go after school and they don't get, just say for instance, scholarship. Your kid get a scholarship, he go out to school, but before getting drafted, he don't think, go ahead and get that degree. So if the worst case scenario happens, even if you get drafted, you get hurt or anything like that, you still got that degree and you still have something to fall back on. So that's kind of why I brought that up.
Well, of course, at the end of the day, the degree is the main reason of going to college.
Exactly.
Some guys, they're not even looking forward to graduating. They go to certain schools and they know they're going to do 3 years and they gone.
Right.
They just looking at the dollar.
Right.
The only thing about it is it's just so much pressure when you're growing up and you're less fortunate. You don't have certain things. You watch your mom work so hard to take care of you and provide for you, and now you have an opportunity to return that favor by taking care of her and put her in a better situation, buying her a nice house, a car, and making sure most people or certain people in your family don't ever have to struggle again. And that's most of the guys' motivation. That's why they want to go to the NFL. But they also have to understand there are so many other arenas that they can go into and still accomplish those goals.
That's right.
So referees make $8,000 a game. The water boys make $53,000 a game. You got physical therapists, they making six figures a year. The coaches make millions of dollars a year. I mean, so it's a lot of other arenas that you can go. I mean, you know, I mean, it's, you know.
I just thought I'd throw that out there because,
yeah.
you know, everybody may not reach that level. And then if they do, things happen. So when things happen, you got to change your whole world. I think I saw an article or something where somebody playing in the NFL was hurt really bad and basically fell into depression because they couldn't play sports no more, and he didn't think about the what if.
Well, you can't let any sport, you can't let any one thing consume your whole life.
Right.
You know, when you do that and then that doesn't work out for you, most people, it will send them into depression because you put so much, you bank so much of your life into this one thing, and then when it doesn't work out, you don't know what to do with yourself. Exactly. So, you know, a lot of these guys, man, I know a lot of older people right now, they have nothing to do.
Right.
You know, they're old, they don't have anything to do because when they were younger, they didn't get into different things. You know, when I'm old and I can't move no more, I'm going to still be building model cars.
Gotcha.
I'm going to have me a hobby. I'm going to still be doing some things that, you know, will help me on the next level.
Right. Well, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
So, there you have it with Business Awareness Thursday with Lush, with your girl, Kim K. Make sure y'all like and share. Also, we have another networking event that's coming up March 30th. Gemini Studios and Lush Consulting Firm partner up again to bring to you a great networking opportunity. Our first one is phenomenal. Sponsor limited. We're not doing any add-ons this time. The last time we added 6 or 7 more. This time we're sticking to the number. That's it. So if you would like to take advantage of the vendor opportunity, please do so. After we met our max, that's it. Also, if there is any businesses, entrepreneurs, organizations, anything like that you would like to see on Business Awareness Thursday with Lush, shoot me a direct message in my inbox, name of the business or person, phone number, and I'll be sure to reach out. Also, Business Awareness Thursdays is on iTunes and the iHeartRadio app. So make sure you subscribe. Everybody who has interviewed, I expect you to have been subscribed. I will send you your interview specifically so that you can go subscribe. But make sure you do that and support all the local podcast shows out here. You have Great Morning Paths, Ayla Goodson. You have Sister Code with Ariel and Asia. So make sure y'all support. And I'll post the flyers to the event that Andrew mentioned in the comments so you can stay connected. Also, there's event pages. So make sure you stay connected by liking Lush Consulting Firm, DP Sports. And see you next Thursday. I'm out. We're out.